right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, I'm Steve Robinson, man, head football coach, Charles Drew High
My
School,
guy,
Riverdale, Georgia. Yes, sir.
my guy.
Yes, sir.
I want to. A lot of people don't see football from a head coach perspective, so it's definitely good that you came on because I know I have a lot of questions.
Facts.
Before we even start recording, I was just hitting you with a lot of stuff because, like I said, I had players on and they was talking about getting recruited and being prepared, and I just want to see how now, especially with social media, how do y'all train the players as far as getting ready and having that image for college coaches?
Yeah, like real talk. Like early on, you got to teach them some small things that are really like character based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to show or teach a dude how to represent themselves. I mean, that's like the first step in recruiting. You know what I mean? First step in recruiting, like who you are, not whether you could play or not,
Yeah.
but who you are. You
Yeah.
come off as some like knucklehead, then you know what I'm saying? Cats ain't trying to invest money in knuckleheads.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you kind of like treat cats like, hey, look, you got to have good character. You know what I mean? The quintessential yes, sir, no, sir kind of kid.
Yeah.
But you don't want to like rub anybody like negatively because you just never know who has connections to who.
Yeah.
So you got to know how to talk to somebody,
Yeah. So when, far as like, say if you I know you was doing the camps and coaching at camps, and I've met a lot of top ranked players.
Right.
Do you, as far as like I was talking ranking in our last episode, do you believe in the star system for high school?
Nah, not necessarily. Now I'm gonna tell you what I believe. I believe that a lot of kids that are ranked and got stars are legit. They can play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? However, I just don't think every kid get the same opportunity to show what they got.
Right.
Therefore, attain stars or rankings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just being 100. I mean, just some camps. You know what I mean? They cost, and that's already like a deterrent right there because some of them cost. Some kids can't get to the camps, or you know what I mean, they don't know anything about the camps,
Yeah.
or it's just different, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
different because it's about it's about what you know and what you can afford to be able to be in, on stage, so somebody can give you a star or rate you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I I think I seen a lot of 5 stars that could go. I seen a lot of no stars that could go.
You're
So you know what I mean? It ain't no perfect science, bro.
Yeah, like especially when I was filming and doing all the stuff for the Rising Senior game, and I seen like the players and the rankings they had. I seen a couple of guys. It was like 2 stars, 1 stars, and they making folks look crazy.
Hungry.
I'm like,
Hungry.
yeah, like that's why I made sure I came to y'all practices,
Right,
Because
right.
I really wanted to see what they was talking about.
Right.
Because you had the folks that you was like, oh yeah, this a 5-star. He gonna come out here with it. But it was that
Right.
one kid that's from that no-name place
Right.
that's going crazy.
And you know what? You kind of like you liken that to like the Drago and Rocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, some kids got it where they can like train in the lab. They can like do work in the lab. They can
Yeah.
go at it in the lab. They got workout places or trainers.
Yeah.
Then you got that other Jack. They don't know nothing but like, hey, look, I'm trying to get it.
Yeah.
Y'all boy trying to snack. I'm trying to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know nothing about none of what you call whatever. All I know is that I'm gonna hit you in your face and I'm gonna make you like it.
Yeah. So far as I see a lot of players now, especially now, like when I was in high school, we had social media,
Right.
but it wasn't as how it is now. And I hate saying that because it makes me feel like I'm old because I'm not. I just graduated in 2011. But as far as I see coaches, like college coaches saying, hey, drop your video right here.
Right.
I'm looking to
Right.
offer this, that, and the third. Like how do y'all prepare y'all players for that, like interaction with coaches on social media?
Well, what you do is you kind of sort of you play like a bigger hand in it than what is seen. So you kind of always talking to your players on the backside about, hey, have your huddle updated.
Yeah.
Clean up your social media presence. You know what I mean? Don't have, when you have your social media handle, make it be a name that I can recognize. If
Yeah.
I'm a coach looking for you, don't make me look for, Hot Boy Will. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You know what I mean?
That's crazy because I wasn't thinking about that when I was in high school.
Well, which is cool, but see, I'm gonna tell you what I think is happening, and it's no knock on coaches, but it's kind of everything is being streamlined. So it's almost to say if I could do it without spending a large amount of money,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna take that route. Social media is free.
That's true.
So if I can evaluate 50 people from my desk as opposed to having to get out old school, go sit in the bleachers or go and sit, in a gym, you know what I'm saying, to
Yeah,
check
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can do 50 like in my desk in my office.
Yeah.
As opposed to like old school having to go to this stadium to this stadium to this stadium on a set Friday. What you gonna see about what 2 people, 3 people play at the most?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So have you seen less college coaches um, as far as coming to your school now that social media is booming how it is as far as recruiting?
Well, no, not necessarily. That ain't necessarily the case. What I'm seeing more of is coaches coming with specifics.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they know specifically who they want to see.
Yeah,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right,
They know
right, right.
specifically what they want to know about a said athlete or a kid. They gonna come with, because I know he could play. Now I just need to check off the other boxes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I know he could play from the film from when I was in my office.
yeah,
But what's his transcript looking like? What's his GPA? Is he a good character kid? What's his home life like? What's his family like? Does he have relatives? Is he from here? Has he experienced hard? Like, they want to know that type of
they
stuff.
want to know the player.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that's deep. So as far as the players, what are you like? I know, like me and my little brother graduated last year, so I compare my time with his time.
Right.
Do you compare your players now to your like? Cause I be saying like when I was in high school, I was like, well, we're way more physical than y'all are now. And now like I look at it now. Now that he graduated, I was like, oh, they was physical
Yeah.
compared to what I'm seeing now. So do you see a change in football?
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? I think the kids now are way more prepared. I ain't no knock on no coaches that I had or coaches that coached in the past, but I just think kids are more prepared because they can. I mean, you only got so much time that you can be like coached on the field.
Yeah,
And I think back in the day, that was the bane or the crux of the coaching going on.
yeah,
Now you can do so much coaching before you get to the field. Now, you know what I mean? Like, I can like have these cats like you looking at huddle, and you know what these guys are doing or what we put on huddle for you to see before we get to practice. So I can kind of like maximize practice time by, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So your level of preparedness is like way higher, I
Yeah.
think now, or the opportunity for it to be way higher now because you can know way more stuff before you get to the practice field.
That's crazy because we didn't get huddle to my senior year, and we didn't use huddle as far as cutting up, making highlight videos. We used it as watching practice, watching ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then when I got in college, like I was telling somebody else, I played at the NAIA school, and we was using huddle for everything else. I'm like, it changed so fast. So that's why I'm kind of trying to understand. Like, are there like rules for recruiting as far as social media? Is it like a time that a coach can reach out or DM?
Well, the rules kind of, yes, there are rules, but the rules kind of like, they are like up in the air. That's why social media is such a good thing because it's not anything directly linking coaches to player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you as a person or a player, you just putting stuff out publicly. Shoot, just because I'm a coach, then that don't exempt me from not being able to look at it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's
It's a gray line.
it's you know what I mean, but the good ones figure out a way to not necessarily get around it, but to maximize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why damn near every coach in the country is on huddle. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you believe in. Hey man, damn near because that's gonna be the best way you can see the most, get more bang for your buck. You know?
Yeah. So if you had a player coming in, what are the like? How are you molding him into the transition from, especially like, let's go from junior year going into senior year. How are you molding that junior to his senior year?
All right, first thing straight up is, what I mean, we got to get the academics in line and in order.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what you say. Don't nobody want a dummy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how good you are. If you can't get into their school, then they just got to move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So first thing got to be academic. You got to make sure that their courses are lined up. You got to make sure that, that the GPA versus the test score, which, I suggest every high school athlete, you take the SAT or ACT the second semester of your junior year for the first few times. If you can afford to take it early, you're fine. But the first semester of your senior year, that's your little window.
Okay.
All right. So, you know what I mean, you make sure that line up because there's a requirement, it's a sliding scale for NCAA, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Division 1, and it's a set scale for Division 2. You know what I mean? NAIA got their own like bag of requirements, you know what I mean? Top half, graduate top half of the class.
Yeah.
You know, so they got like other things that
Yeah.
but still it's all going to come back to academics. If your stuff ain't on point, you know what I'm saying? Then you just a kid that can play football or play the sport really well. You're not a kid that's a recruitable kid.
Yeah.
So that's the number one thing. We got to make sure you remain to be a recruitable kid. 2, we got to make sure you got everything in line and in order to graduate with as high a GPA as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
high a GPA as possible. Then the last thing, really, you want to make sure everything else is in line with your character, man. You know what I mean? Character, you understand how to work. Nobody ain't giving you nothing.
Yeah.
These colleges recruit every year, bruh. So this year is you. Next year is another young man. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's true.
So you know what I mean? You got to teach these cats how that I mean, hey man, a scholarship or an opportunity ain't free.
Yeah.
Nah, that just means you just signed up for some more work, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think the character goes a big way as far as recruitment? Because like I said, I seen players that throwing fit on the field. They can ball though,
Right.
but they throwing fits on the field. When you talk to them in person, they're a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They cool, but as far as on the field, you can just see the attitude in them. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel like that affects the recruiting process?
Yeah, to some degree, but then too, now as a coach, you know what I mean, we don't sit back and judge a kid because he may have had a fit on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some kids don't know. You got to teach them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They never been taught. But, you know what I mean, other kids, you know what I'm saying, you have to let them know that that's not the way of the world. So what you do is you may take something from them, like take them off the field temporarily or, you know, try to like rectify the issue. You know what I mean? Let the kid know why that's not, you know, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you as far as your like kids that you're coaching or have coached, do you feel like a lot of kids as far as knowing the game have a better understanding of the X's and O's for football right now?
Yeah, see, I think that's like one of the bigger things that you're gonna see like elsewhere because that's the one thing you can control the least.
Yeah.
You know, well, you can't control talent, but you can't control what they know. You know what I mean? Because once they get to you, you got to go with what you got.
Yeah.
Everybody want to say, everybody want to have this kid, that kid. Nah, you gonna get whatever come to your school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know now because in high school, I feel like high school's got that transfer portal because I
Yeah.
see players moving, literally jumping from their junior year to another school the second semester after the
Yeah.
season.
Well, to be truthfully honest with you, as a coach, it's hard for me to trust. You know what I mean? Hard for me to trust 100% a kid that feels like he needs to move from place to place.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard for me to trust. I mean, you want to feel like you establish a culture, a way you do things.
Yeah.
And the people that's been engulfed in that culture, those are the ones that you want to trust to
The
continue.
ones that buying in.
Yeah. See, I mean, when you hot, you know what I mean? Everybody want to ride. You know what I'm saying? You not so hot. Then, you know what I'm saying? Who want to make it right? Those are the ones I want to, you know what I mean? I want to rock with.
Yeah, because
you know?
I see a lot of players that goes from posting pictures of one school to another one. And I'm like, wait, when this happened?
Yeah, that ain't the way of the world, man. I mean, you know, you don't know everybody's situation or whatever, but I don't know, maybe I'm old school with that. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was in high school, like I went to Douglas County. I started my sophomore year on varsity, but my junior year, I didn't believe that the coaches had the best fit for me.
Right.
And I was finna transfer to Doug,
Uh-huh.
like, cause my grandma stayed in the area, and the coaches was kind of,
Yeah.
behind the walls, like, hey,
Right.
come on over here, we're gonna make sure you straight.
Right.
But I really, at the time, my offensive line coach got a heater, and he really sat me down and talked to me, but I trusted him, so I was like, I can't lead somebody that I trust. So I ain't gonna say I don't see a lot of players, but I know like when players jump, they ain't buying in.
Well, I tell you this, you know what I mean? Again, I don't know player situations, you know what I mean? So I can't speak too heavy into that, but you know, if a kid got the right, long as it's legal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I say legal, long as they do it the right way by, you know, the Georgia high school rules, you know what I'm saying? Bona fide move, As long as they do it the right way, I don't have absolutely positively no issue with it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Because that's not a loophole. It's just that's the autonomy that you got. Very little autonomy, but that's all the autonomy that you got.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right. Especially if it's like you said, if it's a true move and
Right.
it's legal, then it's nothing that you can do about it.
Right.
Another thing I wanted to touch on. I know like last episode I had two D1s and one D1 AA.
Right.
Do you believe in the bus? What the saying D1 or bus?
Nah, you know it. Absolutely not. Hell no. That's come on, man. That's a setup.
Yeah,
See, the crazy thing is there's only so many positions. I mean, only so many scholarships available.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If you limit yourself just to a Division 1 scholarship, I think that's what every high school kid think they want. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Because of the fame and the notoriety and the just the media presence that come with that. But man, it's a whole lot of cats that are not Division 1 that should be Division 1 and they
right.
playing football.
Yeah, and
You
they
know what I mean?
playing.
Right.
Yeah,
They
like
getting to work. You know
I
what I mean?
still to this day don't understand why Valdosta State not D1 like West Georgia.
Uh,
I don't see why because
yeah,
I see a lot of dogs come through them
yeah.
programs. Like
Well, I mean, and the wild thing is, I think, what I'm saying, coming out. I mean, I went to West Georgia, so, what I mean, it's almost like, shoot, when I was there, it was so many dudes. I was tripping, like, damn, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Buddy can play, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Or these dudes good, like, and you just kind of realize real quick that, hell, if everybody had that same mentality of D1 or bust, then, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be where we was at. We're
yeah,
pretty competitive, pretty
yeah.
good,
So
you know?
that's and I try to instill that to the people that I talk to that hey, because me I went NAIA.
Yeah.
I got what I can get, you know what I'm saying? Especially on the back end of it, which is student loans, which is a whole nother subject.
Ah,
So like I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like that shouldn't be the thing now is the D1 or bus.
right.
Especially and then that's why I don't like the star system because I feel like if you get stars you gotta have this type of offer, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's just my opinion when it comes to the D1 or bus quote or saying.
Yeah, I wish kids, man. Damn, but I wish kids wouldn't have that mentality,
Yeah,
and I think that just come with maturity on my part, as a human being, as a person.
yeah,
You want kids to have every opportunity possible to be able to, have both, have your cake and eat it too. Go to school for free,
yeah,
play the sport that you love. You want them to be able to have that, whether it be at, the Georgia or Georgia State
yeah,
or West Georgia or Georgia College. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
for
Like
real.
you just you wish you can like teach kids how to weigh their options and weigh the odds of what you want versus what opportunity you have.
Yeah, yeah. So another thing I want to touch on, I know it's gonna be a hard season. Like, as far as now, no spring ball, no school,
Right,
well,
right,
virtual school right now.
right.
So how do you feel like things is gonna be as far as the season coming up? As far as having a season.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think since everybody playing by the same rules, is whoever is gonna be, innovative right now.
Yeah,
You know, number one. Number two, what kind of hold do you have on your team? If you ain't got a hold on your team, or you don't have your team don't trust what you're selling,
yeah.
then what you say don't mean as much. And
Mm,
right now, that's basically what all we got is our word. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
you basically kind of like, you got kids who intrinsically want to be good, so they believe in what you're telling them when you're telling them what it takes for us to be good, like in the state that we're in right now.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Now I can't stand over you and watch you because the rules don't allow that. However, you know what I mean, this got to get done because if they lift the ban tomorrow, we got to hit the ground running.
Got to.
Everybody.
Yeah,
If they lift the ban September 1st and say y'all can play September 8th, somebody gonna be kicking off September 8th now.
yeah,
So, or you know what I mean. So you just got to be ready.
yeah,
You know what I mean.
yeah,
So, man, you can bellyache, whine, cry about it, man. You better be trying to do what you got to do right now. Whatever you can do, you better be trying to do it.
yeah. Cause boy, I'm hoping and praying. Cause I can't, I just don't see not having a football season. Like
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't want to speak on it. I don't want to, because it's got to happen, man. Like, I just, I know it's tough right now, especially no spring ball, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It is. It is.
So, far as like, say, in your school,
Mhm.
how do you know if you got that one special kid? Like, when you like, oh yeah, that's it.
Well,
And how do you coach him?
I tell you this. When you know you got like that one special kid, it's a few things that got to go into play. And believe it or not, one of the ingredients don't have nothing to do with you, Jack. It's
Yeah,
straight genetics. You know what I mean? You need a kid that's gonna be humble enough to be coached.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You don't want to run them off because you like have a high demand, expectation for them because you see what they got. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So you don't want to get in them too hard, and next thing you know, they gone
yeah,
or
yeah,
they let
yeah,
the game go.
yeah,
Nah, nah, nah. See, I just feel like you got to have a kid that want to be coached, a kid that's like academically sound. Now, the days of the Prop 48, I'm talking about that's something real old school.
yeah,
That's over with. You know what I mean? So shoot, you can't be good. You got to have some academics behind you. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Some
yeah,
academic.
yeah,
And three is that part. That I was just saying. You got to be. You know what I mean? Bigger than the next, maybe, faster than the next,
yeah,
outworking the next. Like, it got to be something about you that's going to separate you, you know what I mean, when you get on that field.
yeah,
Something about you. Now, yeah, some of us can't control how big, how tall, how fast,
yeah.
in the short run,
I
you know what I
could.
mean? You can't
I
control it,
wish.
but you know what I mean? You got every opportunity to go out and do everything that you can do,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So, as far as that, so let's say you coaching and you preparing the next week and you playing against that dog.
Yeah.
How do you prepare your team to play against that guy that you know finna come in and just go to work?
Man, any coach with some sense, man, you're gonna try to like keep that guy from wrecking your game plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's a good running back, you might want to put a couple of dudes assigned to him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got a guy that's a lineman, a D lineman. You know what I'm saying? You might want to put a couple dudes assigned to blocking them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You want to scheme them up to where you try to minimize them. Now, dogs gonna be dogs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But you want to
Regardless.
put your guys in a situation to where shoot, we at least, you know what I mean, can keep him from wrecking the show. Now he gonna make plays because that's why the kid is somebody we game planning for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you don't pay special attention, so we just got to be on high alert. If anything, you know what I mean, you want to minimize that kid's like production in the game, and you don't want to let him beat you. You know what I mean? You want to force them to put it in somebody else's hand.
Yeah.
So
Cause I seen someone take over a game themselves.
yeah.
And I'm like, what is the game plan for this person?
Shoot, man, I tell you, man, I had cats on my team that were game breakers and cats on the other sideline that was game breakers, and I'm telling you, you don't feel comfortable until that thing over with, because
Yeah.
they got it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They got it.
Yeah. As far as like players that got it, when you do those camps, when you're coaching at those camps, how do you coach players that have all those accolades and all, like just have everything? Like how are you coaching them at the camps?
Well, when I got a kid in a camp or you got him in that kind of setting, it's not necessarily that you kind of coaching them. You just trying to put them in the best situation to show all the evaluators or the people that's around, show them what potential they got if, you know what I mean, if it's
Yeah.
something more than what they knew coming into the camp.
Okay.
So I mean, don't get it twisted. We get about a couple of hours with those guys in the camp. Man, we ain't teaching them very much. We
Yeah.
just organize them enough to where they could show the rest of the world like what they capable of doing.
Yeah.
So shoot. I mean, a lot of those guys, some guys come with attention before they get to the camp, so you kind of easily want to see if they legit, or see if it's real.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
you see a cat nobody don't know nothing about, like, golly, who was that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate to say names, but the last camp y'all had, that guy from Warner Robins,
That little linebacker.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, tough.
Yeah.
Tough. I hope he made a name for himself after that game. Like
Yeah.
he tough, and I just like I appreciate, because we didn't have these type of games, these type of camps,
Right.
because they actually going down south, reaching players from them no name schools, and putting them in a showcase where they playing against other dogs. So
Right,
I,
right,
I,
right.
I like I like that. But as a coach, I was thinking like, how do you coach them up though?
Yeah, I
When you
mean,
got so many, you
right.
got so many in one setting. You got two teams of straight dogs. Like,
Yeah.
how do you prepare that?
When it comes to like coaching them, you know what I mean? It's a level of coaching, then it's a level of management. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? See, in the Rising Senior game, which I think is like the dopest, man. That's like the dopest thing. Rising Seniors Foundation, you know what I mean? The Minority Coaches Association.
yeah,
Man, that stuff is like, I mean, I think that's like the dopest. I'm glad I'm fortunate enough to be involved in that. But see, those kids, man, when you get them together, you got to understand this shoot, man. These kids, everybody out there is the best on their team.
yeah,
So they are the man. So you got to teach everybody who is the man how to work as a unit in 3 days.
yeah,
So, a lot of kids, you know what I mean? It's tough for some, but you know what I mean? A lot of kids get it. That's why
yeah.
you see like the good competition in the game. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope. You know what I mean? I kind of, I just like being involved in that.
Yeah, and do you like as far as coaching it? Do like the relationships you build with the players that when they go off to college is that still going on?
Yeah.
As far as the players,
Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, you know what I mean, because they juniors, when you see them your senior year, they always come big up the coach, you know what I mean, holler
Yeah.
at the coach, which, that's like good. But, when you have a genuine care for kids, man, you want to see everybody win,
you want to see everybody win,
you
right?
know, even
Right.
though you got your own team, you know.
And how is it as far as the like seeing players now? Like I know for me, I'm seeing guys that's under me that's getting drafted,
Yeah.
getting signed.
Yeah.
Like how is that as a coach seeing a player that you coach go through and playing in the league?
Man, you talking about like, it's just like butterflies, man, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you get a chance to play the game that you love, you know what I mean, as a career.
Yeah.
So you think about that statement, you playing a game as a career.
Yeah,
I mean, it
that's
ain't like you
crazy.
going to work. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's some work involved and it's a professionalism that come with it, but man, like you're hella excited to the point where I don't even have a college football team right now. I don't even follow. I mean, I follow like players. So I like players. I don't really
Yeah,
say
it's different because
you
you
know?
know them.
Yeah, I want to see all of them cats like win. Like I watch the draft now, and everybody that's from Georgia that get drafted, you know what I mean? I be like so stoked. Like,
Yeah.
man, that kid went to this school. That kid went to that school. You know what I mean? Or damn, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing it like that at the set school, like
Yeah.
the draft phenom this year, the Duggar kid. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Kyle Duggar. Kyle
Yeah.
Duggar, moms, you know what I mean? She from Fort Valley. I'm from Fort Valley. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. Like, okay, so you be following that now. I'm a Patriots fan. You know what I mean? I want to see this kid do well at the Patriots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to see, obviously, see Brian, those, guys do well
Brian
at
was
the Brian.
tough.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was tough.
But
Like,
I
that
tell
was- he
you
was
what,
cold.
he like even better dude, though, real talk.
Yeah.
A better kid. Like, he a hell of a football player.
Yeah.
Better kid, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, like, shoot, man, it's dudes, he is tough.
I met him around the way. I met him at the barbershop in Douglasville, just getting the cut. He came there. I'm like, that's Brian. Like,
Yeah,
and he just in there just kicking it.
yeah. He a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Good dude. Good family though. His folks like super cool. Like they
Yeah.
good people. It ain't like no show,
Yeah.
Shoot, I mean, shit,
How was
Coach.
that? Did you coach him?
Yeah,
How was that coaching him? Like,
man, that dude was like he was like really good. But it was so like he was so methodical about it to
Yeah.
where, the dude do everything on point, you know what I mean? He just man, the dude just was such a good kid and he was like really charismatic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Charismatic with people. Man, he like loved on his, his teammates. Dude was just cool, man. A good dude.
did
know what I
you
mean?
did you see? I know I don't know if that's easy to say, but did you see like him getting signed?
Yeah.
Back in high school.
Yes, let
You
me
knew he
tell
was
you
an NFL
what.
player.
I'm telling you this like straight up,
Yeah.
all right, on everything. I kept telling everybody that year in high school. I said, "Hey, the best running back in the state of Georgia plays on my team, Brian Harry."
Yeah.
So nobody ain't really, everybody was on the Stars and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So the dude with the Stars was Elijah Holyfield at the time. Man, I watched him play. You know what I mean? Nothing against Elijah Holyfield. The kid is a monster.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, this dude Brian super fast. The dude is like explosive. The dude can catch. The dude, man, whatever you put him at,
Yeah.
he gonna be
He
good
go and
at it.
get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real talk, the dude like hella dude, man. He like a baller.
Yeah, when I seen him, I was just like, oh, nah, he real deal. When I
Yeah.
seen him in the game,
Oh yeah.
I said, oh, yeah. Because
First touch.
New Man wasn't, like, I ain't no disrespect, but at the
Yeah.
time, New Man was the new school.
Yeah,
So it's
right,
like you
right.
building your tradition.
Right.
And when I seen him, I said, oh, no, Holmes like that. He like that.
Yeah.
And when he went to Georgia, I was like, oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
So I felt like he should have had more recognition in high school, you know, playing like how he did in college. I'm like, well, why would he? Well, I knew him because I was from that area, but as far as like nationally known, I don't think he got the recognition that he deserved.
Yeah, and I think that again, you know what I mean, he was one of those dudes that just didn't get caught up in the star system, the
Yeah.
star rating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, the dude was showed up for like everything that we did, 100% of everything that we did. You know what I mean? Shoot, Coach Terry, man, like the head coach, Myron Terry, who, man, I'm telling you, he did like super, super, super good with, you know what I mean, like how everything like plays out, you know, with like Brian as an athlete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the dude, he was the coach, man. You know, he loved up on him when he needed to. He had to get on his behind when he needed to. But shoot, man, Coach Terry was big for Brian, and you know what I mean? And Brian was down with everything that we was about. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
at New Manchester. So
Yeah, man, I seen him in high school, and I was just like, I wish I was doing what I'm doing now back then. You know what I'm saying? Just because I wanted to help what I can, you know.
Right.
And folks like that should have had the exposure. I mean, he still made a way for it because like he's in the league now, and of course, you know, you can't stop somebody like that. But
Right.
You can try to help where you can. So yeah, but let's talk about like jumping into y'all season as far as who y'all got on the schedule. How is it looking this year for you guys as far as the schedule and the region? Because they renewed the region, right?
Yeah.
So how is that looking? How are you game planning as far as the teams that you're playing in the new region that you're in?
Yeah, well, first off, you know, we moved down to 5A, you know, because of the numbers.
Right.
So, you know, we're in a new region. We got, I mean, we ain't get we got a tough region. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got the Creeksides, Woodward Academies, you know, Mundy's Mill,
Yeah.
Tri-Cities, Jonesboro, Forest Park. Shoot, I'm missing somebody somewhere in there.
That's a tough region.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Ain't no Friday off, ain't no week off. You know what I mean?
Sound like.
So you gotta like be ready to go, be ready to rock. You know what I mean? So, man, you know, we just trying to make sure that we prepared, you know, as much as we can at this point, like with what other teams do, you know, what are their tendencies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can like streamline our preparation to like get our kids prepared for what they about to see.
Gotcha. Yeah, and like I told you, I need full access.
No, you got it. Come through.
I need full access. Dirty South Sports needs to be in that region because, like I said, with them players, and that region, I mean, like you said, it's no Friday off.
Right.
It's no Friday off, and I guarantee you, I'm there filming, because I'm speaking into it. We having the season this year, so
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
I got to be there, and I appreciate you for coming. Definitely appreciate you coming. This is second episode, and you know I definitely had to go, you know, close to home for me. It's like this episode I had to put on. You know, I had to do it right. I had to do it right this time, but I definitely appreciate it, man, and definitely look forward to seeing you and your team this year, and I'll definitely be covering it. Season coming up, so
that's what's up, man. Dirty South Sports, baby.
Yes,
if you
sir.
ain't with us, you losing.
And it's crazy because you spoke this into me at West. It was at Westlake, man.
Yeah.
And you spoke this into it, and ever since, I really didn't know what I had. I was just
Right.
doing it out of the strength of, and you told me, and that's why I was like, I got to get you on. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
spoke,
what's up,
you spoke
man.
this into it, and I definitely appreciate it.
That's what's up.
But I definitely appreciate you coming, man. It's Dirty South Sports. We out.
Yes, sir.